Welcome back, everyone. This is Robert Newstead from Guardrail Finance. And today we're going to do a video on how passive cash flow provides options for your heirs. Now, the title is basically implying what we're going to be discussing, which is inheritance. And related to inheritance, some people have negative emotions, some people have positive emotions about inheritance, and some people have mixed feelings about inheritance. I'm personally someone who has mixed feelings about inheritance. I actually believe that when you set up your heirs for an inheritance, that you're actually improving the future lives of those heirs. And so I believe that's a positive. This world is getting more challenging. Investing is getting more challenging. The price of admission, the price to play in the investment game is getting higher. And so if you can set up your heirs with a nice cushion, a nice base that they can work from and grow their passive cash flow and net worth through an inheritance, as long as you've taught the method about how to do that, and they're not going to be wasting the money, I think an inheritance makes sense at that point. Some people who don't have a positive outlook on inheritance say that they just want to die with zero. They want their heirs to earn the money that they make. And if they don't earn any money, then they don't deserve any money, which I get. I understand that concept completely. I also understand that you want to enjoy the money that you've made. My take is a little bit different, where I'd like to instill the values that I believe in into my heirs and allow them a base so that they can grow from. But I fully understand the concept of dying with zero. It makes sense. And then some people want to do a mix. They may want to give money to charity, but also provide a base for their heirs. Some people may want to do a generational skip on their inheritance and give it to their grandkids rather than to their kids, or give it to a charity and to their kids, and maybe do a generation skip also to the grandkids. And so there's multiple ways that inheritance can work. Now, regardless of which method that you believe in, if you believe in an inheritance, that really does set things up for your heirs so that they can have flexibility. And I'm all about options. I think having diversification, having flexibility in your life is extremely beneficial. And if you help someone by taking away one of the biggest worry factors of adults, which is money, and you make that a non-issue, then you give your heirs the ability to think for themselves about what school do they want to do? What degrees may they want to achieve? What kind of work do they want to do? Do they want to start a company? Do they want to work a job? Do they want to be an investor? Do they want to make investments around the world? Do they want to make investments in their backyard? Do they want to just travel with that money and maybe give back to charitable organizations? Do they want to be do they want to just do hobbies for their life and then also dabble in investments? It gives people options to pursue their passions. And that's where I think an inheritance becomes interesting, because so many people do a job that they don't want to do or that they don't enjoy just so that they can put food on the table. And if you make that a non-issue and provide an inheritance, or set your family up or set your heirs up for that inheritance, then you've taken away one of the biggest concerns that they may have in their life. And it may allow them to live a life full of more passion, more lively, be able to do the things that they want to do, have fun along the way. And so that's why I am a believer in setting things up with some level of inheritance. Now, I also believe in giving back to the causes that you believe in, that are doing good in the world. And I've said it before, I am a big believer in providing for food, water, shelter, the basic necessities. And so those charities that provide those types of services to people around the world, I am a huge fan of. And so I have zero problem giving money to charities that are giving back to people who are in need of food, water, and shelter. And then I'm also a big sports fanatic. And so I'd like to give back to aspiring athletes coming from poorer countries. But those are the areas that I look at. Now, I also want my heirs to have a base. I want them to have more comfort. And I don't want them to have to start from zero like I did. Actually, I started from negative. So I don't want my heirs to have to start from negative. I'd rather have them start from some base, gives them the comfort to do the things that they want to do. And all along the way, I'm trying to educate them, instill values in them, instill values of learning, continuous learning, education. How do you invest? What does it mean? How do you be a good steward of your money? How do you take care of the people around you? How do you take care of your immediate circle? How do you take care of the people in your outer circle who may need help, people that you may not know? So those are the things that I think are important when you're thinking about an inheritance. And my option would be to do some hybrid model where I set up a base for my heirs and then also provide for those charities that I think are doing good in the world in the areas that I find to be most important. And so on that note, I hope you like this video, and I hope you see at least my take on how passive cash flow can provide some optionality for your heirs and set up a base. And I'd love to hear your comments about where you stand on inheritance and what you think is the right method or strategy of providing inheritance or setting people up for the future that are your heirs. Thanks so much.